Entrepreneurs Channel TV, creating a platform of expression for every woman.
Hello viewers at home, you are welcome to another edition of The Figures, your program on our station, Entrepreneurs Channel TV, African First Gender-Based Television. The Figure is a program that takes care of the plus and the minus in your business, simple bookkeeping and business management skill for entrepreneurs. Last week in our edition, we tried to introduce you to the program. We tried to let you know the types of businesses we have, the sole proprietorship, the partnership, and the cooperative. Today, by God's grace, we will go further to discuss on this edition, problems within businesses and solutions. In starting or operating a business, there's no guarantee that the business will run without any problem. And we have some of the problems faced in managing and starting a business as, number one, lack of fund to buy stock. From the beginning, the ownership of the business will sit and calculate, this our business requires $20 million or it requires $10 million. And along the line, they provide the money. They may even be rich enough and provide all the money and stock their business. But along the line, don't forget, customer will be coming. There will be cash customer and there will be credit customer. When they come, some will buy on credit, and that means such capital fund will be retained in the hands of the customer for a number of time. Yes, there's always number of time that we say this period, turnover time. Oh, if I could turn this capital 2-3 times, then it will yield me so amount. There will be debit and credit process time. Okay, my customer, I can give it 3 days credit facility period, 1 week credit facility period. And we know that because of the instability of the economy all over the world, most customers disappoint. And that could make such business to be short of fund, to lack their stock, money to buy, to fill their stock. Another problem also is marketing. Marketing. The owners of business could have calculated, budgeted, they are going to cover 10% of the larger market. Along the line, it could be inefficiency from their side. It could be government policy that will just disrupt all the plan they have in marketing their product. Another competitor can come up suddenly so that even the 10% of the market that they have, that market survey they have prepared, they are budgeted for, could not be met. Many things could just happen along the line. Inflation could just come. Few money chasing larger goods. When money is now so inflated, the price of everything will be high and the money will still be limited. In that angle, an average customer will want to minimize his purchase. He has been buying, let's say, 20,000 worth of purchases before, worth of goods before, and before you know, because there's inflation in the country, then it will reduce his purchase. So we have marketing problem. Another thing is money needed for emergency cases. You can just imagine truck of the company going from one region to another, and that truck has accident. It's an emergency, and to suddenly look for money to meet up such emergency could be a problem at that time, especially if it is more than the provision that the company provided for. Emergency too can come more positive one, that there's just goods imported down at cheaper price and you want to maximize it. Government can make policy that will make some of the material needed to be cheaper, and you want to maximize that opportunity, but you are short of funds to meet up the opportunity. Is a problem on its own. Like I said the other time, debtors not paying their debt. The period given to the debtors to meet up with their debt, they didn't meet up. It will really affect even the company or the business. Then staffing. The issue of staffing in a business is a general problem. To get efficient staff, to get committed staff, to get productive staff is a matter, and therefore is a problem on the business. I want to find solution to this problem before I go to the problem that's faced by business owner. Let me give us the solution. Like in that lack of funds to buy stock, it will be ideal that, especially when the business is growing, that you try to manage your resources as much as possible to really overcome teething period. You have to learn to manage your resources. That is the best advice for upcoming business owners. Manage what you have. Use what you can afford. Then before you know, as you are growing, you'll be able to have access to loan. You'll be able to know better, oh, this is the volume of the goods we need. You know, by the time you are now in the business for 1 year, 1.5 years, then you will be able to predict well what you really need and how much stock you need to keep. Now, problem with selling, you should prepare yourself towards the issue of competitors. Competitors can come anytime, which can affect your marketing. Government policy too can come, so that which can affect the marketing too. The best is to make provision for fluctuation. When you make provision for fluctuation and say, yes, I normally sell 50 tons of cassava flour every day. Make provision that there's probability that tomorrow you will not meet up 50 tons. You can make provision for, let's say, 10% off on daily basis. And so that when you meet up that 50%, 50 tons, then it won't affect you. You will know that that is your standard. And when you meet up less, you know that there's provision for the less. You have made provision for it. Money needed for emergency. I want to say that no matter how small your business is and the nature of your business, a good and creative entrepreneur must from the onset make provision for emergency. Make provision. Allocate a portion of your capital to meet emergency. People not paying their debt. When people buy on credit and they are not paying in time that's agreed, in agreed time, you should number one, make sure that you look for reliable customer. At least, though it's not easy to predict who is reliable and who is not reliable initially. All this we are going to learn along the line to really get reliable customer. So that one, getting reliable customer, then you make provision if it's the period given to the customer to pay the money, the customer that buys, that patronize, that buys on credit. If the period you have in mind is 3 days, you can make agreement for lesser day, like 2 days, so that before you know, it will just be as you have speculated from the beginning. If you give them 2 days, you tell yourself, I know they may not meet up the 2 days. Make provision so that when it's coming, it doesn't shock you and it doesn't affect the business. Problem faced by business owners. I have discussed with us problem faced by the business. Now, since business involve human being, personalities, there's need for us to look into this personality and analyze his personal problem that will be affecting the business. Number 1 on my list is time management. Time management can become problematic for the owner of a business, small business. A small business owner who is not time conscious will definitely have problem in managing his business, where he needs to spend 10 minutes in the production. If as a result of his weakness that he cannot manage time, he will end up wasting the time, and the production that's supposed to be done 3 times a day, 9 times 2 days, will at the end not be able to meet up that time because of lack of time management. Now we have another thing. Small business often operates an extremely tight budget, preluding the hiring of many employees. The owner is often faced with trying to manage and grow the business while at the same time having to do daily operation. You know, small business owners, they are just coming up. All business have limited capital because wants are insatiable, while resources are limited. But in small business specifically, they start their business with little resources. Because of that, they have a very tight budget. They need 10 employees. They will end up hiring like 10, like 5, because of the size of their income. And when that thing happens, it doesn't make the business to grow fast. Because when we have a budget of 10 workers, and at the end, because of the short of fund, we end up using 5 workers, the results will be there and it won't be a positive result. Another problem with the small business owner is that they can also find themselves so tired up in running the business that they don't take time to enjoy their family, hobbies, and activities. An average small business owner doesn't have time to resume work or time to close from the work. They work from clock all through the clock, and that doesn't make them a better being in the society. They don't go out, they don't socialize. All their business is their friend in everything they have, and that's not good enough, even for their heads. Another problem of a small business owner is inflexibility. Refusing to let go an idea and move on to something else is common problem for small business owner. For small business owner to succeed, it is necessary for them to be willing to think like an entrepreneur and explore many different ideas, whether it is the need to replace inventories, provide additional services, or go to a new location. Or a small business owner must remain flexible if he wants his business to secure. As businesses grows, entrepreneur will realize that some things are good for the business, some things need to be removed from the business. In fact, the location where the business is situated may need to be moved as business grows. As business grows up, some policy will have to be mended. As business goes, some business line, the production line, will have to work on for efficiency. A good entrepreneur, a good business owner must be ready to amend, must be ready to shift ground. They must be flexible if they want the business to grow. Another problem of business owner is obtaining credit. Access to credit can be an issue for small business owner. According to Washington Post, a business line of credit can provide needful cash flow during the startup month. It can also ensure that the owner has the ability to expand the business with inventory and meet her payroll. But a small business, however, will not always qualify for a large credit line, which can hinder the owner's ability to succeed. When a business is growing, the owner is restricted to growth because of the source of his income. Bank in most cases, finance houses in most cases, does not want to pump their money into a business that is new. It is when they are sure that this business have gotten enough experience, have passed through teaching period, that they want to invest into that business, that they want to give loan to that business. Another thing is, even customers, the people that supply the business, the company, will not want to give much facilities for a new business. They want to test the integrity. They want to see the profitability of that business organization. They will not want to give all. They will not want to invest. They will not want to give credit facility to upcoming business. And this is the problem of the owner of the business too. It will be restricted. We have employees issues too. Small business owner often face a dilemma when it comes to hiring workforce. Staffing enough workers to cover enough business need without destroying the business profit margin can be a problem. I said that initially. I said the issue of employees. The small business owners, they know that they need so number of employees in their business, but because they are short of fund, then they will have to marginalize. They have to strategize how to reduce the number of the staff in order to maximize the profit. Another thing about staffing employees issue is matter of efficiency. You will not really know at the point of employing a staff the quality of that staff. There are some staff that are only good theoretically, but when it's come to be on job, you will have to train and be retraining again. Of course, you need to train your staff, but the issue is it shouldn't be at the beginning. It shouldn't be a regular thing. At least when you train, when you give introductory training to a staff you employ, it should be able to give you in returns at least double of the cost of the training, double of the salary, so that you will know that that staff is profitable. But when after training the staff will not give the business back, then it is a waste of effort and a problem indeed. Another problem of the employer now, the owner of the business, is cost. A study conducted by National Federation of Independent Business reported in 2008 that the primary problem that business owners face is the cost of running the business. Small business owner from the beginning may not actually have accurate figure plus or minus of what their business will obtain, what the operation of their business will need. The issue is a new business, so is on working on the budget. The budget can be above the actual and it can be less than the actual. And with that cost, the owner of the business go haywire, has problem in regulating. Another thing that affects the cost is inflation. The inability to control some costs, including the health insurance, energy bills, and inflation, adds stress to the business owner bottom line. In addition, the cost of paying employees, stocking inventory, and basic overhead can make cash flow issues for the small business owner. Cash flows issue for the business owner. Yes, that is it for this week. I remain your presenter, ADENIKE Victor Tade, on your beautiful program, The Figures, where plus and minus are put into consideration in your business. Same time, same station, on Entrepreneurs Channel TV, African first gender-based television. Remain blessed.
Entrepreneurs Channel TV, creating a platform of expression for every woman.